Hello everyone. Today in our class, we'll try to find the answers to the questions given in exercise of chapter 8, Force and Pressure. That is the title of the chapter. This is chapter 8 is in the new book, and if you have to open the old book, it will be chapter 11. So if you take out the books, you can read the questions and I'll give you answers for all the questions. Let me see if I can do all the questions in one video. If it becomes fairly long, we'll try to do it in two parts. So let us take up the first question. Give two examples each of situations in which you push or pull to change the state of motion of objects. So we have to give two examples of both push and pull. Which change the state of motion of an object. Now, what is the meaning of change of state of motion? Let's understand that first. Change of state of motion. Now, whenever you apply force on a moving body, three things can happen. One, it may slow down and stop. It was moving, we apply force, the speed will come down and it will stop. Or the speed can become faster. Speed can improve, increase. We can say speed can increase. Third thing, the direction may change. Let us say it was moving in one direction and starts moving in the other direction. It was moving in this direction, we apply force, it starts moving in this direction, or maybe this direction, or maybe this direction. The direction can change. And fourth thing is, if it is at rest, that means it is not moving, then it will start moving. So whenever we apply force on an object, the state of motion can change in four different ways. If it is at rest, it will start moving. If it is moving in one direction, the direction can change, the speed can increase, or the speed can decrease and it can stop. Now we'll see examples. Okay, so there are many examples. For example, a batsman hitting a ball. So when a batsman hits the ball, both things can happen. The direction can change and the speed can increase. So we will just mention one thing. When batsman hits a ball, the direction changes. The direction of the ball changes. And this is push. We are pushing. We are hitting means we are pushing. The batsman hits a ball, that means he pushes it in different direction. Or a football player hits a ball and its direction changes. There are so many examples, I'm just giving two examples. This is also a case of push. Pushing the ball. Okay? So these are two situations where we push an object and its state of motion changes. In both cases, the direction is changing and even the speed may also change. Now pulling. There are again so many examples. I'll give you just two examples. One is pulling a dryer of a table. It moves and comes out. So this is pulling a dryer. There's a table and there's a dryer. We pull it, it will come out. It will move and come out. It was not moving earlier. When we apply the force, it moves and comes out. Or pulling a water-filled bucket from a well. You know, this is a well and there is a pulley over there. There is a rope. We pull from here and the water-filled bucket will come out. The bucket will move up. We are pulling this way. We pull the rope and the water bucket comes up. It moves and comes up. So these are the two examples of pulling an object and changing its state of motion. In all four cases, the direction changes or the body starts moving if it was at rest. So that is your question number 1. Give two examples of situations in which applied force causes a change in the shape of an object. Now, whenever we apply force on an object, either the state of motion will change, that I have already explained to you, or its size and shape can change. Okay? For example, if you have a, let us say, thin metal rod, you can change its shape by applying force. For example, this is a straight rod. We pull it this way or we push it this way, so it may bend. It may bend this way or it may bend that way. So it was a straight rod and it becomes a bent rod. The shape has changed. So thin metal rod shape can be changed by applying force on it. That is one example. You can change the shape of a lump of clay by applying force. So you would have seen children playing with the clay. They make different shapes by applying force on it. So you can change the shape of a lump of clay. So these are the two examples. So that is your question number 2. Now we'll come to question number 3. Here you have to sort of give the answers by filling the blanks. So please read the questions from the book and we'll try to understand what the answers should be. 3A rather. To draw water from a well, we have to dash at the rope. We just learned when the bucket is in the well, we have to pull the rope. So answer will be pull. We pull the rope and the bucket will come out. If you leave the rope, the bucket will fall by way of gravity. B. Charged body dash an uncharged body towards it. If you take a body, let us say any object that can be electrified, you rub it, it will become charged. And when you bring it close to a uncharged body, it will attract. So that is the second answer. 3. To move a loaded trolley, we have to dash. So there is a trolley and it is at rest. There is some weight in it. So if you have to move it, you have to either push it or pull it. So you can see both, push or pull. For example, this counter, if I have to move, I have to push it or I have to pull it this way. We have to apply force either this way, pulling, this way, pushing. It will start moving. D. The north pole of a magnet dash north pole of a magnet. Magnetism, if you recall, when we read about magnetism, I told you that if you bring two magnets near each other, if, let us say, this is one magnet and this is another magnet. This is north pole, this is south pole. This is north pole. Unlike poles, they will attract. These are unlike poles when they are near each other. But if this is also north and this is south, so they will repel. Like poles repel. So here answer will be repel, because we are bringing a north pole nearer a north pole. So like poles will repel each other. So that is your question number 3. You have not read the chapter, you must read the chapter first. And I have made a couple of videos on this chapter. You please have a look at them, so you will understand the complete concept of force and pressure. Now we'll come to question number 4. An archer stretches her bow while taking aim at the target. She then releases the arrow, which begins to move towards the target. Based on the information, fill up the gaps in the following statement using following terms. तो आपको समझ आया क्या इसमें क्वेश्चन में क्या लिखा है इन्होंने? आर्चर, धनुष तीर चलाने वाला, धनुर्धर, आर्चर होता है धनुर्धर. तो एक आर्चर है, उसने ऐसे उसको खींचा बाव को और तीर को फिर छोड़ दिया. नॉर्मली जो धनुष होता है ऐसे शेप में होता है. दिस इज द स्ट्रिंग एंड दिस इज द बाव. तो वो स्ट्रिंग को यहां पे एरो रखा हुआ है, तो स्ट्रिंग को पीछे खींचते हैं, we pull it this way, pull, and then we release and the arrow will shoot and move towards the target. When we release, the bow will come in its normal shape and the arrow will go towards the target. So in this situation, there is an archer, she is pulling the bow and then releasing the arrow, and arrow is going towards the target. So this is the situation. I think I should alert the pictures. So what is the first? To stretch the bow, archer applies a force that causes a change in its shape. We just read it. This was the shape initially. When she pulls it, the shape becomes like this. This is the string, This was the earlier shape, and this is the shape when she pulls the string. There is a change of shape. B. The force applied by the archer to stretch the bow is an example of muscular force. The force in her arms. The force that is in the arm muscles of the archer. Muscular force. For pulling the string, she applies her muscular force. The force in the muscles of her arms. The type of force responsible for change in the shape of motion of the arrow is an example of contact force. The term is contact force. Because the agent that is applying the force is touching the string. So there is a contact between the hand and the string. When she pulls, the force is being applied by the hand, and the hand is in contact with the string. So it is a contact force. The type of force responsible for change, ये हो गया, C हो गया. D. The arrow moves towards its target. The forces acting on it are due to. So when the arrow leaves the bow, when she releases the arrow, there are two other forces acting on it. One force that has been applied by the string is pushing it towards the target. It is going straight because of force applied on the arrow. But there are two more forces acting on the arrow. One is gravity. Gravity, the force of attraction that is applied by the earth, it attracts everything and pulls it down. A thing falls. For example, if I release this pen, it will fall down. It is falling down because the force of gravity is pulling it down. Everything is pulled down by the gravity. Even an aircraft flying in the air, it is being pulled down by the gravity. But because the force applied by the engines is very strong, it can move straight. Here also, the force applied on the arrow is strong, so it can overcome the full pull of the gravity and it can move to the target. And the other thing is friction. Why? It is moving through air, and air will resist the motion of the arrow. Friction is a force which acts in the opposite direction. The force is applied in this direction and friction is in this direction. It is in the opposite direction. And this friction is because of the contact between the arrow and the air. Air that is present in the atmosphere. So D may you have to write gravity and friction. So that is your question number 4. So we'll come to question number 5 and then we'll conclude this video. The rest of the exercise we'll do in the second video. Again here they are saying, they are giving certain situations. So you have to say, in the following situations, identify the agent exercising the force, and the object on which it is acts. Agent and object. And the state, the effect of the force. 3 things you have to give. Effect of force. So what is the first situation? Squeezing a piece of lemon between fingers to extract juice. नींबू को हम निचोड़ते हैं. We squeeze the lemon to get the juice. So the force is being applied by the fingers. So agent is fingers. Okay? and the object is lemon. Force is muscular. So you can even say the agent is muscular force of fingers. You can even write this way. Muscular force of fingers. That is the agent and the object is lemon. And what is the effect? Effect is change of shape. Shape changes. You know, lemon is like a small ball. It is a sphere. When you squeeze it, it no longer remains a sphere because the juice has come out and the shape is changed. So there is a change of shape. That is your first question of first part of the question number 5. What is the second? Taking out paste from the toothpaste. Same. Toothpaste, you press with the fingers, the paste will come out and its shape will change. Same. Force agent is muscular force of the finger and the object is toothpaste. The toothpaste, that is the object on which the force is being applied. The paste will come out and the change of shape of the toothpaste. Okay? Normally it is like this. So when you press it, the shape might become like this. So there will be some change. It will be pressed here, maybe pressed here also. So there is a change in shape. When the paste comes out, the shape will change. What is the next part? Muscular force it was. A load suspended from the spring while its other end is at the hook fixed on the wall. So when the load has been suspended, let us say there is a spring and you attach a weight here. It is fixed here. So when you release the spring, the load, the spring will become slightly long. Why? The force of gravity is pulling it down. So agent is force of gravity. Force of gravity is pulling the load down. Object is load. लोड का मतलब है कोई भारी चीज है. And what is the effect? Change of shape of spring. Shape of spring changes. Earlier the shape was like this. When you release, let's say you are holding it in your hand. You have not released it. The spring will be like this. When you release the weight, it will go down because the gravity is pulling it down and the spring will become slightly longer. So its shape will change. So what is the last part, D part? An athlete making a high jump to clear the bar at a certain height. ठीक है? So you have seen people jumping a high bar. So he applies force with his feet, muscular force applied by feet. And this force is applied on his complete body. His body will move up. Whole body will move up. So object is body, the body. His body will move up. And what is the effect? He will move up. So change of state of motion. State of motion will change. For example, the athletes come running this way and there is a bar here. He has to jump. So he will jump over it and come this side. So earlier the motion was this way. Now the motion is going up and coming down. He's coming on the other side of the bar. So there is a state, the state of motion will be changed, altered. The direction is changing and the speed may also be changing. So agent is muscular force applied by feet, object is body, his whole body is moving up and crossing this bar. And the what is the effect of the force? The state of motion changes. The direction of the motion changes and even the speed also changes. So I think this is fairly long video. We close it at this point of time and the remaining questions we'll try to do in the next video. Okay? So if you like my video, please share it with your friends and do like my the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.